most people think of carbon dioxide, of CO2, as just a waste product. And we breathe in oxygen, we exhale carbon dioxide. It's just the waste product. So what you're saying there, for people who are not already familiar with this, you're saying that CO2 is way more than just a waste product, but actually serves a very, very vital and important function, which is...
Yes. A number of functions. One is carbon dioxide helps open up the blood vessels. It's a vasodilator. Carbon dioxide also plays a role in opening the airways, both the upper and the lower. You can open up your nose by increasing CO2. You also help open up your lungs. It's a bronchodilator by increasing CO2. And also you assist with the release of oxygen from the red blood cells by increasing CO2. Another factor is they looked at the brain of rats. If you depress carbon dioxide, brain cells become more hyperexcitability. If you increase carbon dioxide, brain cell is calming effect. In other words, that the brain can regulate its own excitability through the breath. So we can't just say that, yes, oxygen is good and carbon dioxide is bad. In order to properly really harness oxygen and to utilize oxygen, we need carbon dioxide. It is true that the body breathes to get rid of excess CO2. There's such a surplus of oxygen in the human body. During rest, we exhale up to 75% of our intake of oxygen. During physical exercise, we exhale up to 25% of our intake of oxygen. The body has plenty of oxygen. The problem is not that the body doesn't have enough oxygen in the blood. The problem is getting the oxygen from the blood to where it's needed, to the cells.
So these problems that you're talking about, are these things that can be picked up with a pulse oximeter? If somebody just says, do I actually have oxygenation problems? I'm going to put on this pulse oximeter. Will that detect the kind of problem that you're referring to?
Most people, when they use a pulse oximetry, which is measuring the peripheral oxygenation of the blood, most people will have normal. Okay, you will have people with COPD or with severe asthma. They've got a poor gas exchange taking place in the lungs. Because of damaged airways, the oxygen can't get from the lungs to the blood. So they'll show lower SpO2. We see many people with stress, many people with fatigue, panic attack, brain fog. All of these can be changed and improved by their breathing, by changing their breathing. But their SpO2 is normal. They have plenty of oxygen in the blood, but the oxygen isn't getting from the blood to the cells. We need to get the oxygen from the blood to the cells, and we get the oxygen from the blood to the cells in the presence of carbon dioxide. Don't breathe too hard to get rid of too much CO2, because then the blood isn't going to release the oxygen to the cells so readily.
Okay. So CO2 is vital for oxygen delivery to the cells, not necessarily oxygen saturation in the blood, but the ability of those red blood cells to drop off oxygen to the cells. So what you're saying is when people are over breathing, they're altering the CO2 levels in their blood in a way that leads to less efficient oxygen delivery. So